The same carbon copy bans from M5 from Game 1 going to be happening here again. Game number 2. York, Zillion. If they go with the Sona, this could be, once again, the same exact bans. But I don't think that's quite going to be happening, though. It's like, I think Shen or Janna might be worthwhile. Nocturne would be a common one as well. There you go. That's a Nocturne.
Nice. Okay, you called it. You did a pretty good job, I guess.
I guess.
You did aight.
I did aight.
Yeah, but Nocturne was a serious problem for bot lane last game. Allowed him to be hyper-aggressive and get caught out. But also Nocturne just toyed with Skarner. Just toyed with him. Being able to use those fears. You control that jungle from the very start of the game. And it allows Nocturne to just to get a lead and just play aggressive against the enemy jungler. So when you're Skarner and you're worried about going against a Nocturne, you start kind of freaking out, you know. You start having, you know, concerns. You got to play safe. You got to be not as aggressive, and you got to just stick to what you know, which is just wait till your ultimate's up and go and use it and then run away. And they're picking Ashe again. Here we go.
Okay, now, now I'm starting to bite my pen and worry here. I'm like, you saw what happened game number 1, but without the Nocturne, though, it could be a little better. So for anyone just joining us, for most of this tournament, most recently, Curse.EU, they've been going with the same bot lane, Nunu, Ashe, has been working out to an extent very well. Once you hit the mid game, you have Ashe, who's itemized. You get the Phantom Dancer, you get a Zeke's Herald on Nunu, and then when Nunu blood boils Ashe, that's minimum 2.1 attack speed on her.
Yeah,
and
I mean that's
a lot. It's all right. It's pretty good.
It's okay.
But then again,
it's good.
It's good. It's really good. But yeah, you have to get there first.
Just stealing that Nunu's. Like, nope, you're not gonna have it. And like Baron was saying last game, Nunu's just a really good support right now. Gives a lot of flexibility, and you can play aggressive, you can play safe, you can not play at all. You can you can quit the game.
You just sit there in the bush and you make someone angry. That's
all
you
just
do
hit W all day
for the first 15 minutes of the game. On occasion, you get a snowball, and sometimes, if you really need to, you ult. And even then, you don't. When you ult as Nunu, you're not really there to get the full proc. You're there for the slow.
And they had Nunu, and then they went with Ezreal instead. So it makes me wonder if they're worried about getting countered, you know, to that Nunu. But Ezreal, of course, a great pick, allows them to play aggressive. They can poke, they can do all kinds of stuff, and
wait,
this is happening.
I'm
really excited.
I was about to say is like, because we saw the last game.
Could it be Zira and he's trolling? No, because he would have Zira because he plays AP. So I don't know.
Yeah, well, it was like last game. Last set of games, you saw the Leona on Fnatic. Like, was Muffin Cutie on Fnatic? Now we see Heimer. He's like, is Dan Din taking a break from casting this weekend? is he doing some Heimer action? But there's the new and a Heimer dinger. Okay.
I wonder if this is one of those situations where it's like we have nothing to lose at this point because we got just absolutely dominated last game. So we're just gonna go with what we know. And troll picks.
Then usually that just spells further disaster.
Yeah.
Not very often does it work out very well. Well, in like round of 32 tournaments, if you're seeded really well, then yeah, and we've unfortunately seen it quite often here.
Yeah.
But, well, we'll see. It could very well be. It might be a proxy pick.
No.
I want to put the possibility out there because I hope it's not.
Oh
true.
No, yeah, I think it is.
Okay, Moopsy send me a request.
So maybe
probably going to get a message. We'll see if what it is indeed for, if it's real or not.
Maybe it's the, I don't know.
Maybe it's the.
I really wanted to see Heimer, so I'm a bit disappointed.
All right, Moopsy, tell me something good. Heimer most played champ. Don't worry.
Okay.
It's legit, people.
This confident guy. Okay, I like it. I'm really excited. And you know, you don't see a lot of Heimer. And so I mean, against Karthus, this is an interesting matchup. I think it's going to be pretty passive for the most part. I mean, that's what Karthus does. He just plays passive. But you know, with the turrets and the grenade and the missiles, they both can just sit back and just farm and kind of just poke at each other where they can. So I'm really excited. I haven't seen Heimer played in a really long time. There's rumors that he's going to be changed around here in the coming months.
Yes.
So let's get as much old Heimer action in as we can before that happens.
So let's go over Heimer's kit.
Okay.
Then just for a bit, Because you do have those missiles.
Got them missiles.
You got them missiles. They're a pretty decent range, and they can hurt.
Decent. They're super range.
Super
man.
range.
Then you can just spam it. So if you ever get into the range, it just
it's like
yeah, exactly. Really good. Yeah.
You keep on jamming it and hope it works. Mash till it works.
Mash till it works. Yep.
Then you have his stun / blind.
Yeah.
Depending on where
which
you hit
is extremely hard to hit with because of how slow the missile speed is.
But then again,
that's unfortunate.
But the thing is, though, you'd have this going up against an Udyr and an Ezreal, and Ezreal going to be looking to be one of the main sources of damage here because you have a Karthus picking on into this, and I'm thinking M5 is assuming that Karthus will actually be able to farm here. But the thing is, though, that harass coming in from the missiles from Heimer, I'm not so sure.
Yeah, it's an interesting situation. Heimer, not exactly known for his mobility.
No.
I mean, really, his only defensive thing he can do is he can ult his turrets and slow people. So no move speed on there.
This is the standard AP page. Really. Yeah. You got your management, you got your AP, magic pen, magic resist. Let's see if he's doing anything crazy with the masteries. No, just standard.
Standard. So I mean, the thing is you can't really farm with your turrets because you can't really control them. I mean, you can, but then you're going to push the lane really hard. And as Heimer, the thing you don't want to do is push the lane really hard because then you get in a position where you can get caught out by Udyr, who, pretty good with that stun, can just dive in there, can flash in if he wants, can stun you, and then Karthus can come in wall. It's a really bad situation. So you're probably not going to see a lot of early turret play out of Heimer, I would imagine. So probably similar to how Dan Din does it. He doesn't max turrets until last, I believe, right?
I think in some situations may not even buy them at all.
Yeah. So he what does he say? Just learn the last hit when everyone's like, well, how are you going to farm with your turrets?
Heimerdinger gimmick. Yeah. Turrets. Last thing to purchase, turrets. But here's the thing, that missile damage, though, is
insane.
Huge.
Yeah, and if you get an early advantage with Heimer, you can do a lot of damage. I mean, Skara, from time to time on his stream, will play Heimer, and he likes to talk about the damage of the missiles and the ability to poke. And if you get really fed with Heimer, I guess just like anyone, except for like a few champions, he's just really scary, and he can get in there. He can build a little tanky, get like the hourglass, and then go in and grenade and stun you and just lock you down, and Frost uses ultimate. So he can do some damage, but you got to have a strong early game for that to happen, and he's not exactly the best person for that.
I'm also noticing now on Curse that they have a lot of slows. They have a lot of slows innately on their team. You get like Xin to buy a phage, and it's just, you get hit from anybody, and it's going to be a very slow crawl back to wherever you came from. In Xin jungle, though, he's been getting popular once again.
Well, he's got nerfed. He's got nerfed a little bit.
He got nerfed.
Is it on the European server?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, we are not. This is August. This is August patch.
Yeah.
Now.
So they lowered the damages in Zhao a little bit, which was pretty ridiculous in my opinion. But he's still really good. He still has a really good toolkit, and he can still do a significant amount of damage. So I would still be absolutely terrified. If I was Moscow 5. Yeah,
and I think specifically in this matchup, Xin has a little bit of an edge on Udyr. Granted, he's not as fast in the jungle as Udyr is, but the big thing about Udyr is that if he wants to get in with that stun, he needs to close the gap first, and he needs to get that first hit. Xin, he can charge right in. It's part of his kit. It's good. He just charge in, get those 3 hits, get that pop-up, and things are all
and then ult, and then you're safe because no one else is on you except your target, and then they die, and then you snowball the game, and then the game's over.
Okay, so you can ult and single out someone in the middle of a pit with turrets.
Oh, I like what's going
now,
on here.
Okay, now this is starting to flesh out. Now I'm starting to understand here with the possibilities of these team fights and where this can go. And Heimer, man, it's been a while since we've seen that dude.
He's my favorite champion. I don't know if I ever told you that. He's the reason I started playing League of Legends, because I saw that guy. I was like, wait, what is this?
Wait, you're telling me that this guy has turrets and has a butt for a head?
Right, and
I'm sold.
I was pretty sold. I fell in love in that moment, and then I played him like 10 games. And I was like, I've made a huge mistake. So, and that's the scary Karthus skin.
Yeah.
Well. Like
that is scary.
It's like a wig on a skeleton.
I don't want to.
That's exactly what it is.
He has no. Wait, hold on. If he's a skeleton, he has no lips. So
is that one of those old-fashioned microphones?
Yeah. No. He's a skeleton. He has no lips. How can he sing?
That's true.
How? I don't know. Well, semantics. Who cares?
Yeah. No.
So
I care.
We all care.
The people care.
Anguish on Kale going to be in the top lane. It's been still a relatively popular top lane pick too. So can do quite a bit of damage. Like it's essentially having a ranged AD up top. You have that Fury. You can go ahead and get all that damage you need. Darian actually getting pretty aggressive here. Wants to see what's going on. Just take a few quick hits. Wow. That's a lot of damage early on.
Yeah, that was well. I think he'll be okay. But yeah, he can get in, and he can just dash out if he needs to. Just checking things out, catching a view. But
turrets coming on in first here for
I think
for
that's
Moopsy.
I think you get turrets first, and then missiles, and then grenade. And then you just forget about turrets for the rest of the time. I think that's
like
generally
you have them for the sake of having them.
Yeah, I know they're fun, man. Turrets are a blast. But yeah, so I mean, again, we're not going to see a lot of farming with those turrets. We're just going to see maybe some like zoning, just to be able to try to control the space and use it maybe as some sort of ward action in some of the bushes. So just to be safe, but he's going to rely mostly on last hits, I think, for farming here.
Yep, Moopsy added me to his friends list and assured me, don't worry, he's my most played. So I'm going to take his word for it. We'll see how it goes here for the first few minutes. Luna there in the jungle grabbing up his red. He's got that double buff going on. Diamond Procs almost doing the same actually here. So you should actually have that blue buff in just a second. To smite this down, it's going to take a little longer. And let's take a look back here onto bot lane. The lane that just could not do game number one.
It's really unfortunate.
It is really unfortunate.
Yeah, I'm interested. Oh,
Sin top lane. Diamond Procs was wanting to make his presence known. He wanted to get in proposition for a gank, but is actually currently now being chased. Flash coming into slow actually will hit Diamond Procs. He's got that bear stance. He needs to get away the charge. 1, 2, 3. Guess that pop-up. First blood coming in from Malunu. Very nice. And a refresh on the double buff. That is not good for M5 right now.
Yeah, really good knowing that Udyr was going to go up there to try to make a play and just waiting patiently for him, and then just was able to capitalize on it.
Oh, 1, 2,
oh,
he nice pop-up. Nice. He got that one again, too.
Okay.
That's Malunu making plays, man. I like it.
Pretty good. Zinzao, pretty good champion.
He's pretty good. He's pretty good.
But actually, I wanted to talk a little bit about Diamond Procs' Udyr. He plays it a little bit. I guess it's more conventional now, but in the beginning it wasn't very conventional, how he doesn't do like any damage at all, basically. He goes right for that quick Aegis and then and just plays really just pure tank and gets that cooldown reduction and just becomes like a stun tank machine and just sits in there and does, takes a bunch of damage with that turtle stance and just stuns as much as he can, breaking up the fight, trying to disturb it. And so he plays it a little bit different. I think we generally see a lot of damage and like faster clear ideal coming out of Udyr. But yeah, he gets in there, he plays all tanky, and it's pretty cool. And we're actually, since then, we've been seeing it a lot more.
Yep, and that's the great thing about Udyr is that he seems like a very simple champ, but there's a lot of different ways to build him. You do have the Phoenix tank. You can go real quick in for the Tiger stance if you want, real single target damage. Sometimes you'll see a lot of them just max out Turtle stance first for that shield, so you have the presence in the fight, so you can just be a nice tanky body. And that's the beauty of him. And remember, the aura on the Aegis actually still gives you damage.
Yeah. Yeah, it does. Yep. That's it's pretty good, and I mean, it makes him really tanky. Ooh,
getting chunked out big time. The exhaust does go down, and Slepper wants that kill. He is ignited, will be exchanged. This worries me. AD for support, not the best trade in the world.
It's not, but fortunately, Sona got that kill. So, I mean, it helps out a little bit. But, yeah, I mean, I think that's what they were trying to do last game, trying to play aggressive like that, get in and just do a bunch of damage with that Blood Boil. But now you're away. Now that Ezreal is getting a bunch more experience than you. And, I mean, we know that Ashe isn't all that strong in the early game. And yet they're still trying to utilize Ashe as, like, an early game aggressive champion. And that generally doesn't work out very well. And it didn't work out for him well last game.
Moopsy getting some harassment with those missiles and indeed maxing out the turrets first. Here goes Maluna once again behind the turret. He may not be Alistar, but he's getting in that damage. The Ignite going down. Anguish getting that kill, but is stunned underneath enemy tower. Diamond Prox will go ahead and great prayer for that kill. But still, though, assist coming in for Curse. So a small advantage there.
Maludo is pretty much a beast right now with Xin Zhao.
Yep.
It's doing really well, getting some early kills and assists, so he's going to be doing well. He's not as farming as well as Udyr, but Udyr, of course, clears pretty dang fast. But Xin Zhao, just the damage is still there. You're seeing it, and with the CC as well, he's just going to be doing really well going into that mid game. I'm actually surprised how aggressive we're seeing Heimer play, actually.
I'm liking it.
I mean, I like it too, but I don't know if he's going to like it much longer because it might turn out bad for him. But
right. Well, he's maxing out the turrets first.
Yeah.
So he's looking to push the wave. He's trying to deny Alex farm, or at the very least, make him use more abilities to farm under tower. And unfortunately, the plan's not working too well, but he has forced him to back, and this is going to be a little bit of time for Moopsy to try and catch up in that farm. He's about 10 behind at the moment. But Darian, once again, Malunu coming in for those ganks, but this time is not going to be as successful. It actually gets really low to the turret, so he is going to be forced to back, going to have to heal up.
Yeah, that top lane is kind of reminiscent of last game, but with the bot lane and how aggressive Moscow 5 was, just basically kind of camping that bot lane and getting in there and trying to do as much damage on Slepper as possible. This time, it's switched around. Daring is just getting kind of pushed out of lane constantly and forcing him out. Meanwhile, Kale's just getting tons of experience, and Anguish is really going to be looking strong. And a lot of that is because of how often Xin Zhao keeps running up there and doing damage to him.
Moopsy on the first back, grabbing the Lucky Pick and the Ruby Crystal. I'm not sure if we're actually going to see him build into the DFG, though. I think he's just grabbing that there for the GP10, for the farm.
Yeah.
For the investment.
It's just kind of a testament to how he wants the lane to go. It's just passive farm lane, and he knows he's going to have to do that because you can't really go in on Karthus because of that's the wall. And so just going to sit back and farm and try to get as much gold as possible. So I really like the pick in that situation. Yeah, I don't know if it's going to go to the DFG, but if it does, I would love that. That would be great. Yeah. I don't think it's kind of hard to utilize him in that where he can get in and be really aggressive. You kind of got to sit back and let your turrets do a lot of work and your missiles do the work. But
you sit back and be lazy.
Be the Heimer that you can be.
Be all the Heimer that you can be, sitting on the back line and just kind of like, being there.
Yeah, and Moopsy's actually just being really aggressive with just the pushing in that mid lane. But Alex Each is doing a really good job of pushing back, and we haven't seen a lot of the creeps going to the tower. Like he's getting to get a lot of farm and getting to keep it pushed back, and so and with that he can go and he can take the jungle creeps like that because he's not letting it push as hard as I think Moopsy wants it to.
Malunu grabbing that red. He's going to have that again. Hopefully we'll see some more awesome ganks coming from him in the very near future. But you do have a Slepper, and Zinnik did have to back. So you see right now that Slepper is starting work on that Infinity Edge, but did also nab up a few Dorns as well, just for safety. First GP10 for Nunu as well. Sona grabbing the Heart of Gold instead of the Philostone first. Darian getting hugely chunked out here in top lane against this Kale.
Yeah, and he knows that Xin Zhao is there because that word in the tri-bush. So Xin Zhao's going to try to make a play here, but looks like, oh no, he knows that Shen's going back. So meanwhile, at Dragon, Moscow 5 is going to try to sneak this. That's the power of Udyr with that fast clear. You can go in and sneak stuff like that.
Curse is looking to collapse in on this. Dragon's about very low. Ult coming in from Ghost Member. Zinnik will actually fall here, but Moopsy looking to get that damage. First turret's going down. May see another one soon, but Alex with the wall of pain. Moopsy may not get out of here all too easy. Does use the flash. Alex flashes in response. Wants to get that kill, but he's a little bit too far deep. Slepper, and here comes the ult. Will be enough. No, but he's still here. He could get one good lay waste or two and try and make it happen. So there you go, but here comes in Malunu. Can he get that pop-up? Yes.
Nice.
Will grab it, but no. Falls down to that AoE double kill for Alex Itch.
That was a very unfortunate, but he tried to help his buddy out. He tried to get in there and pop him up, but it was a little too late.
Though. Top lane.
Getting pushed pretty hard.
Darian did have to ult to try and help out in that fight, and the best thing you can do against the Shen top lane, other than completely force him out of lane, is to force him to ult. which, not only you are still forcing him out of lane, but you're actually putting him even further behind because it still takes a while for him to actually get back up there. And with that cleared all the time for Angish to go ahead, take out that top tier 1. And you see also a lot of ward coverage coming in from Curse, very deep in, like right along this line. So we may still see him continue to push.
Yeah. What did that dragon fight go the way you thought it was going to go? I thought Moscow 5 got caught out and we're just going to get absolutely creamed.
I was thinking the same way.
Yeah,
I was thinking the same way. But that's the thing, though, Zinnik.
That's Shen, right?
that's Shen. They got Shen'd.
Yeah, they got Shen.
They got they just got Shen'd in the face.
Yeah, but they're going to go and try to do this really quick. This is something that Nunu allows you to do with the Blood Boil, and with the Consume can get in there and take it down pretty quick.
Wow. And the Heimer.
Oh, that was close.
That would have been.
That was pretty.
That would have been pretty money.
That would have been pretty awesome. But yeah, now they can just kind of go and play aggressive that bot lane, push into the tower, and oh no!
Here comes the arrow. Genja's in a bad spot. Pop-up coming from Malunu, and the invuln coming in from Kale. Nice quick kill onto Genja. Is Curse going to continue to push this though? They could really just grab this tower for free if they want to. Diamondprox is here, but it's just a matter of how much is he going to be able to do against this push.
Slepper's doing a lot better this game.
Yes, he is.
He has 3 times the amount of kills he had last game, so that's really good. But yeah, they're just getting good arrows and good initiations, and I don't know if that means Moscow 5's playing sloppy. They're allowing themselves to get caught like that, or just Curse is putting them itself into a position where they're catching out, and that's what they need to do with the Ash arrows. They need to take advantage of those little free kills that they can get with that Ash arrow, and hopefully it'll give Slepper enough advantage where he doesn't absolutely lose it like last game.
Okay, so I think I understand where Curse is going to be going with this game plan, because you have 3 GP10s on Heimer.
Oh.
Here's the thing, Avarice Blade. Seeing someone buy an Avarice Blade. Oh, wait 1 second. Zinnik there trying to get the ult down, goes to Pepper, but the ult from Sona will interrupt the Nunu. Genja trying to get some free damage here, but Slepper with those frost arrows. And the Karthus ult should be able to do something. And there you go.
Oh.
Nice. Malunu here, save the day. Can't get the kill on the Gosu. Does get it, but here comes the Shen here just in time.
He's going to get the pop-up in the tower? No, he's not going to get it. He's going to pursue, but Udyr's going to come in, and they're going to
Slepper just out of range of Zinnik when that summoner heal popped. Yeah. That could have saved the Nunu, but unfortunately just out of range. All right, so...
Yeah, you were saying something about the Avarice Blade.
Avarice Blade usually means one of 2 things. It's either one, you're going for the Yomus here, which is not something you all too commonly see on Zin, but at which point you have probably gotten the Brutalizer first for that extra armor pen. But when you see a lot of, we see someone with that, you see that this team, they're going to be going for a lot of GP10s. They're making a huge investment that, they're making a little bit of a gamble too. It's like this game is gonna hit at least 30 minutes, and we're still gonna be in an even position, if not dominant one. So that way, we can take our investment to the bank and then snowball from there.
No, I like that idea. I mean, Ashe, of course, is a really late game champion. Yep. She scales remarkably well, almost better than everyone in the ultra late game, and so she's really strong. Heimer, not known to be all that great as an early game champion, not well known as a good champion really at all, but
which is why we were hesitant during Champs first,
exactly,
because this is someone you don't see ever.
But the thing is, with the turrets and being able to just kind of hang out in the mid lane, he can just farm like crazy, and he's going to overtake, even though he's behind on farm on Karthus. I mean, give this 10, 15 more minutes, and he's going to be in really, really great shape. And the turrets allow him to he can drop those different places, and he can farm without actually being present in that specific spot. So it's going to give him some flexibility. Ooh, meanwhile, bottom lane, Gosu Pepper's just trying to poke out, but getting chunked down by Slepper. Slepper's just doing some damage. Meanwhile, Udyr's coming in. Zinnik goes down because of that Sona ult, and Slepper's going to be okay, but at the cost of his support.
You guys were doing so well. Slepper and Zinnik were actually doing pretty damn well here in bot, but now things are starting to turn here. Nicely timed ults from M5, and also presence coming in from Diamondprox and Darien to go ahead and help out whenever necessary. So hopefully Curse will start to play a little bit more defensive, because that's where a lot of this GP10 game plan is going to be coming into work, is much later on mid game to late game when those items start paying off for themselves. Right now, mid lane, though, you do have a quick stun onto Alex. Exhaust going down onto Moopsy. Wall paint coming in. Not going to pick him up, though. But you do have Malunu here. You do have Zins out nearby for that extra help if you do need it. Malunu looking to go down. I believe he did see the diamond procs there. So, and Udyr, that's another thing, too. You got the Oracles on the Udyr, which is huge, huge.
Oracles is really good on those champions that can kind of zip around the map pretty quickly. Like Nunu's one, Blitzcrank is another one, Udyr as well. So they can clear wards really, really fast and can help to take control of the map. And you can get really caught out, you know, pretty easy. So it's good for them. And so, I mean, I'm a huge fan of early Oracles, and you know, controlling that vision is such an important aspect of this game.
Malunu coming on bot. The ward in the Tri-Brush will actually spot him out. So at M5 down bot lane, they'll be a little bit more wary of what to do. Now, I also want to take a moment to point this out too. If you look at Moopsy, level 12, usually most champions around level 11 get their second point in their ult. Moopsy has yet to purchase it at all, which, to be honest, looking for the gameplay, it's not really something on Heimer that you really get all too often, because usually, I mean, there's really no reason to buy the ult unless you know you're going into like full 5-on-5 teamfight situations, which he knows he isn't. Yeah,
that's the plan. I mean, with those 3 G per, gold per 10 items, right? He's just
level 13, level 1 on the ult. Now he got it.
He's like, he's like, well, maybe there's going to be a team fight happening pretty quick here. You're getting to a point where if you know, you're not careful, you can get caught out, and I mean, it's going to provide him a little bit of safety as, you know, teams are getting stronger, or as champions are getting stronger. You can, you know, give him a little bit of ability to run away. And meanwhile, bottom lane just getting pushed, and Diamond Procs might get caught out, and that's the power of Ashe. And there's the arrow. Since I was going to get that knock up, and Nunu's going to come in with the snowball, and hopefully,
Shen coming on in. You may save the ult just yet, and Malunu will still go down. Curse wanted that Oracle's gone, and still will not even get that.
Shen does a really good job of making you think you're going to do well in a fight, and then it's kind of like a slap in the face.
It's
like,
a big nope. It's a big nope.
Oh, by the way, we were paying attention the entire time, and we knew you were coming in.
Yeah.
It's
like back in school. Like, did you like ever cheat on a test?
Never.
Never? You are either a good student or a liar.
I'm clearly lying.
You're clearly lying. It's like the teacher will, they'll know you're cheating. They'll know, but they won't tell you right away.
Yeah.
They'll wait.
Yeah.
Like 2-3 weeks even until they give you the test back with the failing grades. Like, oh man, you knew this entire time. I wasn't crafty enough.
Yeah.
Damn. That's exactly what happens. Like Shen's the teacher. Shen is the teacher.
So, and then Xin Zhao is the cheater in that situation?
Yeah. That is it. That is it. That is exactly it. Malunu thought he can go ahead and cheat that kill, but Shen just came on in right on time and is like, nope, not happening.
Not happening. Can we look at the gold between Heimer and Karthus?
It's
50 CS, but it's pretty close right now.
It wasn't always that way though. So
it wasn't, but I mean, if you look at the CS difference, we have 40 CS difference, and Karthus has 3 more kills.
Yeah. And
they're only 300 gold apart right now.
Yep. So it's each kill. Here's the each kill usually sums up to about 20 creep kills. So that puts that actually puts Karthus in that respect about 100 creep score ahead.
Yeah.
But yet. Yeah, I mean, you look at the gold now. You look at this. Heimer's just about to break 7K, and Karthus, he's here. He's 7,400. And now, thankfully, with that latest patch, we can actually see how much gold has actually been earned.
Yeah.
Here, so it's 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, about 850 gold picked up here.
It's pretty good.
Just after buying all 3 of those GP10s.
Yeah, and he's just playing safe. He's just throwing those turrets down and just hanging out. Ooh, meanwhile, I mean, they can push a little bit hard here. I mean, that's the power of Heimer. You just burn down the turret. That went down really quick.
That went down really quick.
Yeah, and that's Heimer's looking pretty strong. And I mean, I've never seen this kind of build on Heimer, but it seems like a really good idea because you can really just sit back and you don't have to worry about anything really. I mean, you can.
You let the turrets do all the work.
Let the turrets do the work and do the farming, and you have no intention on really killing your opponent at this point. Oh, and Diamond Procs might get caught out here. But Shen's going to come in, and Angus might get taunted here, and now he's doing a lot of work. Xin Zhao's going to go and try to save him. get that ultimate, but Anger's just getting bursted down too quick, and Xin Zhao going in, still do damage, knocking up Diamond Procs, and here comes Heimer. He can make something happen because he's such a beast, and that arrow misses, and Darian's going to get caught out as well, and that was all Heimer. That was all Heimer.
The end part was Heimer.
Yeah.
But Slapper, though, this might all be completely on his bad. Face checking that bush with a ward already in there, but Slapper will get caught out here. Summer Heel going down. The grenade will not connect with Ghost Pepper, but Moopsie's in a very bad spot right now.
I believe.
Zinnick is not too far away, though. If you get a snowball, Moopsie.
Nice.
Very well done.
So I mean, Alex each had 0 mana in that situation, so he couldn't really do a lot. So so here, and he's going back in for some reason, and Xin Zhao. Oh gosh, Heimer, I love you. Oh my gosh. Well, I know what I'm playing tonight. All Heimer all the time.
All Heimer? You gonna Heimer it up?
Yeah, it's pretty good. So, I mean, he's in a position. I mean, that's one of the problems with Heimer is you have a really hard time competing or like staying at the same amount of CS as your opponent because you push and, you know, with a turret, you just end up pushing in and you get really unsafe, and then they come in and they gank you and they put you really far behind. But it looks like Moopsie has figured a way around this by getting 3 gold per 10 items. And he's looking really, really strong. And that's, I mean, he can poke really well. His turrets are going to be doing a lot of damage. And he has, like, you know, the level advantage necessary over the other champions to stay alive. And they won't be able to do as much damage. And so he's going to be able to get those missiles off. He's going to be able to get the grenade off because it's close range. He doesn't have to worry about the speed. And he's going to be able to just do a ton of damage, and we're seeing that now. And I love the missiles, and I love the play out of Moopsie here.
See, now, remember what I mentioned back about that Avarice Blade. Yeah. And it appears that I may have actually been wrong there. The Youmuu's actually coming on in, which I think, well, now again, once I started thinking about it, does actually really help the team because he can just pop that whenever he wants to engage. You get a nice little movement speed buff, and then that allows you to actually connect with your dash and get your 3 hits in. But not to say, you know, GP10 buying that aspect of it first does help quite a bit. And there you go.
Nice Ash Arrow.
There you go. Ash Arrow coming on in onto Diamond Procs. Does flash over the wall. And now Curse, they're trying to see.
Oh, nice. That hit a lot at
everybody on that one.
That was nice. Just scared him off, you know, just enough so they turned around and, you know, did something else. So. Is this going to be a bear? I mean, they could probably do. Will they? No.
Yeah, no, they won't.
They won't.
Why not? They won't. I mean, granted, they have
Heimer.
They've got Heimer. Turrets, They've got Heimer, and they also got Malunu there with the Youmuu's. A lot of damage coming in on Ash as well. But here's the thing: Ash getting very close to danger here. Zeal gonna be. How far away are you from the Phantom Dancer? Actually, quite a bit. Yeah. Pretty far. But Nunu, once he actually grabs that. If he grabs up the Zeke's Herald, though, that's going to be a lot of pain coming from Ash. And Nunu now also grabbing his Oracles. So Zinnick's going to be doing some janitor duty here in just a minute. Yeah,
Ash benefits a lot off of attack speed, and Nunu Blood Boil is like a free Phantom Dancer. So if you have a Phantom Dancer and you get another Phantom Dancer,
double Phantom Dancer.
Yeah, you're going to be doing pretty well for yourself. So that's at that point, Ash is going to be pretty scary. You're going to be able to initiate really well. And then combined with that amazing Heimerdinger play, they can get burned down pretty quick, and I'm a huge fan of Moopsie right now. Just so impressed.
And Moopsie, you know, leveling very well. Level 16 at the moment, and just doesn't give a crap about his ultimate. Who needs it? He's got everything else maxed, all the other skills maxed out. But he is going to get caught. Oh, no.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, that's what we were talking about, right?
Yeah.
He got a little overextended, and you can get caught out by that Karthus.
Well, Ignite.
Nice.
Still
okay.
works. Slapper doing it out here with Genja over in front of the Baron Pit. Arrow going to keep him slow just for a little bit. Here comes Malunu. Will the Karthus ult be enough? I'm not. Wow, that's a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage coming in.
Consider me impressed with that. That was like probably the perfect amount of damage.
Alex, he's level 3 ults. That's 700.
Yeah, he's 16.
He's level 16. That is level 3. 750 damage so far on that ult. Slepper just didn't stand a chance.
Yeah, Karthus 16 compared to Slepper's 13. So, I mean, the level advantage is so significant at this point in the game that you're going to be doing considerably more damage than someone three levels lower than you. They're going to have considerably less life, so you're going to be able to just exploit that. And that was pretty good. I mean, I was hoping that he would live, but got taken out pretty quick. And Karthus ult, still such an impressive skill, and still does tons of damage, even post-nerf. The cooldowns didn't really affect it all that much.
And that's actually two champs here on M5 with the globals, because you do have Karthus and you have the Shen. So those are two ults that recently.
And Ezreal, you got some Ezreal ult in there.
You got some Ezreal action. Yeah, it's you know, with if you're aiming correctly.
Yeah.
If you're aiming just right, you can go ahead. Just right. You can go ahead and get it. But Curse, though, they are fantastic. They're brilliant in grabbing objectives like that, like Dragon, very quick, very efficiently, because you do have plenty of damage and one nice little package if everyone is together. That's the key part. Everyone needs to be together in order for you to go ahead and grab those objectives real quick. So they are mobilizing once again around the Baron area. Gotta check to see if the blue is up. They could also camp out these bushes, force a fight from M5, and make them go for the Baron.
Yeah, I mean, the Baron fight, it's looking pretty good for Curse, because they can kind of set up base with Heimerdinger. They can almost prepare a trap for Moscow 5 that if they want to go and try to stop it, they're going to run into a bunch of turrets and a bunch of damage.
Lunu out in front, looking to engage onto Alex, but Shen with the ult just for a little bit extra protection. Time procs going to be the first one to go down. Sona ult coming on in. Everyone from Curse is a little bit split. Darian may not make it out alive, but Genja over the wall. The grenade going to keep him blinded. Going to be a little bit hurting there. Slepper with the volley, going to keep him slowed, but you also got the wall of pain, going to keep Kale a little bit occupied. Genja trying to 1v1 the Slepper, but here comes Moopsy over the wall. The Ignite will still finish the Ashe, and Ghost of Peppers in a little bit of trouble, but can you connect with the Karthus, throwing down these Skittles all down your path? The stun not going to happen. Blind not really too important on the support, but Moopsy, can you connect? Where's the missiles?
W.
Jam it. W.
Nice.
No, still not enough. One more. Still got to wait a second. This is the longest chase.
Oh my god! Nice. Okay.
I was trying to make that one still exciting, but like, and Timer's gonna chase. When's he gonna hit that W?
Even Moopsy got bored in that fight.
I think he did. I think he did. He's just like, man.
That was pretty cool though. Moopsy just flashed in and just did a bunch of damage. So very cool from him. And that's you know, the grenade isn't so bad when you're at really close range. You can actually kind of hit those stuns, and really good control of the bush right there. Putting the Heimer turrets in the bush, couldn't be targeted, but were doing a lot of damage. Yep. You know, when they were close, and so yeah, really good. Heimer is definitely having a really strong impact in the game, and I'm really curious what his gold is compared to Karthus now at this point with those. Yeah, there you go.
There you go. That's a nice little story.
So now he's at 1,100, you know, above, and he has the same amount of kills, but he's down 70 farms. So that's the effect those gold portends. But, however, Anguish is getting caught out.
Anguish getting caught out. That's a huge chunk off of the Kale. But Moopsy's here just in case. Zinix now nearby as well. You got the whole crowd. Slepper on his own farming their top lane. So should probably get with the team as soon as that lane is pushed. You do now have Darian here with the rest of the team. Here's the thing, you now have the Shen ult down. And that was a big part of that last fight, was Darian starting off the fight with the shield with, I believe, you know, putting it onto Alex.
Yeah, and and Anguish getting caught out here, and Udyr coming with the stun, but they're going to have to turn around. And there comes the Ashe arrow, and it hits Ezreal. That is pretty good, and Xin going in and going to get that pop-up on Ezreal. No, he's not. And the Sona ult's coming in, and Xin is trying to get out. He's just doing a lot of damage to him.
Darian is barely going to make that one alive, but Alex, he's out in front, looking to suicide there. And I think with that ult, he's going to get at least a double here. Boom.
And they're going to have to turn around and get out of there, because now they're at such low life because of how much damage Karthus was able to do. Oh, but meanwhile, Moopsy can just kind of poke, getting slowed by Sona, but I think they're going to be okay. But I think they can push and probably take this turret if they're...
it's Heimer. He's got one turret that should be plenty.
Are they doing it?
I doubt.
Is this happening?
No.
Yeah, man.
Yes.
They're doing it.
Why?
because Udyr's so dang tanky, and Shen just comes right in.
The Shen ult is
really smart.
That's
okay,
why.
So they're smarter than we are. That's awesome.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think that kind of defines why the pros.
Oh my god!
Taunt over the wall. Ace coming in for M5. Yeah. You know what? They're smarter than us.
Yeah, they're way smarter than we are.
That's why they're playing. And that's why we're talking to each other, and you know,
poorly,
very badly.
Yeah.
I mean, we're idiots.
Yeah, we're
sitting in here. We don't match up to skill like this.
No, definitely not. And their skill is ridiculous.
And Alex is back.
And he's back. And right as he gets the buff. So
right there.
Really good. And I mean, the tankiness with Udyr with that turtle stance, and then the Shen just presence everywhere.
Yeah, it's ugly.
So now, Curse was looking good. Curse isn't looking too good.
Well, here's the thing. Curse still has a little bit of a gold
Oh,
coming.
nice.
Ash Arrow also coming down onto Darian. He may actually go down, even if he does taunt over the wall. Slepper's going to be there laying in wait. A little bit too far deep into enemy territory. Maluno's looking to close in as well. Anguish, can you get something? Can you get some damage? And I think he's just waiting for the taunt cooldown to come back up. But here comes Zinnik waiting for him. There's a snowball. There's the slow. 1, 2, 3. Anguish getting that kill. So Darian a little bit too far out. He stayed way too long.
He knew he was dead, so he's like, I'm going to try to get these golems. I'm going to try to take these real quick and see. And he got one of them, I think. Yeah, so, you know, that's good. Best use of good use of time there. But yeah, Moscow 5 looking a lot better now. If they can get some good initiations with Shen and with Udyr getting in the mix, and you know they can take out Heimer. I think Heimer is going to be kind of the difficult part for them to take out with the frost turrets and can just hang out in the back with those long range missiles. And you know he only has 2 gold per 10 items now, but he's got that hourglass, so he's going to be a little bit safer, and he's going to be able to just sit tight and just do what Heimer does, and that's
but look at Zinnik though, the Blood Boil and the Zeke's Herald 2.0 attack speed for Slepper right now, so that's going to hurt quite a bit. And even though M5 did win that last fight, they did get that ace and they did get the Baron, there is still a gold lead for Curse. Granted, it's only 2K, it's not too much, and as the game actually carries on, these gold leads, being 1K or 2K in the lead, the meaningfulness of that does deteriorate over time. Not quite there yet, though, but it is still something significant to note. Diamond Prox could disastrously be face-checking that bush. He will actually get out in time. Volley coming in. Everyone's a little bit slowed. There's 2 minutes left on that Baron buff, and M5, they want to push. They want to make something happen with it. Yeah,
they can push. They can poke pretty well with Ezreal and even with the Sona and the Karthus, they can poke and they can just sit on that regen, and they're gonna go and they're gonna try to force a fight here at Dragon because they're looking pretty strong, and that buff is gonna help them out a lot.
Alex out in front with the wall of pain. If Curse wants to get in, they have to go through that thing first, unless you're Kale and you actually walk around it. Anguish trying to get some poke out in front, but Diamond Prox actually gonna be going up north and going the long way around, and Curse really can't engage on this. It's how do you engage on a team with Baron?
You don't.
You don't.
You die.
Actually, well, no. You base race. You base race. Is this actually happening? Are we gonna see
I don't know. I think Shen's there. Yeah, they're going back right now. So
wow, nice.
They got caught a little bit out of position. Yeah, but they're all coming back. And,
oh man,
it's a little bit.
Whoopsie there with all those turns. That is a lot of objective damage here.
I don't know.
Can Curse get away from this? They got 2 turns for credit. The arrow went over Diamond Prox. How did that happen? Darian does not get anyone with the taunt. Udyr out in front. Shen wants to get something, but I can't believe Curse got out of that.
Was what happened with the arrow there?
Can
we look at that one more time?
We're gonna make sure that there's no fight coming up first. Then I want to go back because that was just weird.
Was that the glitch? I've heard that the arrow misses a lot actually right now.
I've heard of that myself, but I'm just glad they got out of there safe. Yeah, that was a very ballsy move.
Yeah, they still have Baron buffs, so they can kind of just sit tight and poke down a little bit. And Curse is going to be really careful because they can get initiated on pretty hard with that wall from Karthus, and Shen can go in and just pick off some of their high damage dealers. But there's Heimer, man, with those missiles just coming in and poking them down. Can drop those turrets so they can't get in too close. Ooh, and Slepper getting, well, that was pretty good from Slepper. Doing some damage to get it out of there without getting chunked too hard. Oh, that goes Karthus. Lay waste, man. They just hit those single targets. They do a lot of damage. So I think they're just trying to wait for a moment to get a really strong initiation. And I think,
that's Karthus ult is a pretty good initiation, but Summoner Heal being blowed from Slepper just to survive that one. And Curse is way too low to engage this. Talk coming in, nice ult from Xin to keep everybody off of Moopsie. Here comes the Hourglass as well, but he will not be living long after that. Darian is going to be going down to follow, but right now things are actually looking okay for M5. They just need to try and force everyone back. Ghost of Pepper is low, Diamond Prox is low, and they should be able to take out that turret and back off. Wow.
And that was that good initiation that they were looking for. And really good Ghost of Pepper is like, we just need to kill Heimer.
Yes.
And we'll have a much easier time. And he flashed in, he got that Sona ult.
Yep.
And he was able to take out the the big chunk of their damage. And from there they were just sitting under those turrets, man. They were just like hanging out. And because they're pretty tanky at this point, especially Udyr is pretty tanky with that Frozen Heart.
Yeah.
So got under, just ate those tower shots up and just did a bunch of damage. So they really handedly won that fight, and that's Moscow 5 for you. Their team fight potential is just ridiculous.
DFG being picked up by Heimer now.
I like it. I like it so much.
48% health if you get hit with that thing.
Yeah.
That is huge. And Baron has expired for M5. The Baron will respawn at 3617. So when that comes back up, it's going to be pretty soon. So, and Curse, we've seen how quickly they can take out towers. And with the Heimer, with Ashe, with the Nunu,
yeah,
they can take out that purple guy pretty effing fast.
Purple worm.
Purple worm.
Purple worm, Baron. Yeah, so that's going to be scary. So, I mean, they're going to need to be really careful. They don't have it. Moscow 5 doesn't have it warded at all, but big miss on that arrow, so that's unfortunate.
Yeah. Yeah. It's level 3, though, now, so it's not going to be too terrible of a cooldown. Yeah. So it should actually be up for the next fight. But you do also have Darien here, and that is always the worry with Shen, is that he can split push if that ult is up. So Curse.
Yeah, he does a pretty good job at that.
He does. He does a pretty good job at that. He's pretty annoying with that thing.
Yeah, he really is.
Yeah, but if he's on your team, that's fantastic.
Yeah,
it's great.
But I mean, Curse is in a good position to maybe go and try to steal this Baron. Again, Moscow 5 has no wards. I think they have a strong sense of GA. They have a strong sense of when it's going to come back up. So they're going to need to play a little careful. But again, like you said, Heimer, you can set up this trap where you want to force an engage, and there's just turrets all around you. Whether they're taking out Baron or they're doing damage to champions, they can be really scary. So they need to look out for that. But the GA on Ez, and you know, this is what Moscow 5 does now. They get those GAs on their big damage dealers, and it makes it so if they do get caught out or there's a poor initiation, they're going to stand right back up and they're going to do even more damage to you. So I really like what they're doing with GA. It makes the late game drag on for a really long time, but I mean, it's still a really, really strong strategy right now.
So Baron has come back up. You see Diamond Prox dancing out in front of the pit. There's a lot of wards here to actually clear. So Ghost and Pepper's got his work cut out for him. But that could have been an initiation from Xin. That could have been a disaster. But here's the thing, too. With the vision on that ward, you saw Genja actually from the bush, from here, actually shooting at the turret. So it actually gave plenty of data for Curse. Like, wow, Genja's in that bush. So the ward, not even in the bush, actually finds someone out in the bush.
Yeah. And that whole thing was happening. Shen was off doing his own thing. He's like, I'm Shen.
Don't matter.
I don't matter. I'm off, farming, doing my thing.
Don't mind me.
Yeah. And Shen is looking super tanky right now.
Force of Nature, Sunfire Cape, Randuin's Omen. He's just going to be popping that thing as soon as he taunts in.
Yeah,
that is a lot of damage.
The ninja tap. I mean, like, Ashe isn't going to do anything to either Udyr or Shen at this point. So they're real tanky, and it's going to allow Karthus to get in there and do some damage. Ezreal's poke down, and
those rockets from Heimer do 600 magic damage.
Yeah.
That is ridiculous. That is ridiculous.
They're pretty good. You can just poke really well, and with that DFG, you get close to him, he's just going to burn you down so fast. He's going to stun you with that grenade.
The grenade does 675. Like, DFG rockets and grenade, he very well could just 100 to 0 somebody.
Yeah.
Just on that combo. It's like that's better. Ari can't say that.
Nope.
Well, maybe close, but not quite there. Baron has been started from M5. It's halfway done already. Curse needs to hurry if they want to prevent this. And unfortunately, Slepper is nowhere nearby. Zinnik out in front, getting chunked. Karthus ult coming on in. And that's going to be very hard for Curse to come and try and get back into it. Slepper was back at base buying a GA, and now it's immediately less useful.
That's really unfortunate.
That sucks.
That sucks. I really liking how Alex Each is using those Karthus ults like before the fight even starts. He's like, I want to start the fight with you at like 2/3 life.
And it's not too bad. It's not too bad of a strat too, because if you know the fight's gonna be going on for a while, you can use that time while you're dead to actually throw down some more lay waste.
Yeah.
But now that the Baron is done, M5 they want their initiation. Darien actually getting that initiation quick on the Moopsie. He is ulted by Kale, follows it up with the Hourglass, but just delaying the inevitable, unfortunately, and will fall down there.
Yeah, he went out in a blaze of glory though. He did a bunch of damage. But yeah, that's really unfortunate. And there again, that's the mobility of Heimer. He can get caught out really easily, and there, there's so much good. There's so much CC at this point on Moscow 5 that if you get caught out, you're not going to go anywhere with that wall with the Udyr stun, and they're just going to be able to push this down.
They may just push for game here, actually.
Yeah, I mean, they're forcing an initiation. Here comes Xin Zhao trying to do something, trying to fake it in. Oh, and he's going to dive in on Diamond Prox. He's going to knock up Sona, but Karthus' Ease is doing tons of damage to Xin Zhao. He gets burned down pretty quick. Udyr's getting the kill on that. And they're just going to get this inhib, and
that's very well it. Alex, Diamond Prox, and Genji can just push the rest of the way. Darien don't give a crap. He's just still down there.
He's just hanging out.
He's just hanging out.
He's like, when you need me, I will be there.
There we go. Now you need him. Now he's here.
Yeah, exactly.
Putting the ult down to Diamond Prox. Gonna get the quick taunt on the Slepper. He has no GA. Well, he actually still has the GA, actually. He did actually decide to go back. But second Nexus turret is down. Here comes Moopsy. He is back, but the taunt going to grab him. Shirelia is being popped. All the extra damage. Slepper is still around. Only one up for Curse, and should actually, it's a non-issue. GA comes in.
GA fight.
Can't leave. Ace. M5 going to be taking game number 2 also.
GG.
GG coming on in. But you know what? I got to give credit to Moopsy.
Yeah, dude, he played so well.
It takes guts to go ahead and pick someone like Heimer and actually do really damn well.
No, he did well.
He did really
I really like
well.
I really like how he approaches that that matchup. Or just maybe that's his style in general. Is he just really passive and sits back and farms? I think that has a lot of potential. What was his gold at the end of the game? 15.8K. Okay, I mean, Alex each kind of ran away at the end there.
A little bit.
And as Heimer, kind of phased out of the gold pretends as he was buying more items, his gold started to go. I mean, 429 farm for Alex Siege at the end of the game, and that's what he does. He farms.
He does. That's
remarkably well.
And I hear it's his thing.
It's his thing, and it was kind of an inverse. This match of the last one is Slepper and Zinnik had actually a pretty strong early game. And then kind of fell apart in the late game.
And also that last Baron fight, Slepper wasn't there. Yeah, he was back at town, and he just could not be there to save his fuzzy buddy.
Yeah, Moscow 5 knows how to bait a Baron.
They do. They really do.
They do. You think you're gonna go up and just poke, and then they all flash over the wall and kill your whole team.
Nope.
So that's a good time.
It's a pretty good time.
Yeah.
And I think, here's the thing, though. It's not over.
It's not over.
This is a best of 5, not a best of 3.
The games go all night, baby. That's how we do.
Hey,
all night.
All night long if we have to.
Yeah, but unfortunately, this is the last of me. So you get Red Baron back. But it was fun hanging out with you guys. And if you guys want to listen to me talk and ramble on some more, you can follow me on Twitter at @NickAllenIGN. I make fun of Hat Person a lot on there, so it's a pretty good time. So check that out.
It's an okay time, and I make fun of you mutually as well. So I'll be sure to
sometimes,
sometimes
your
not
jokes
as much.
Are more disgusting than me, but
don't put yourself down. All right, you don't have to sink yourself so low. All right,
sink so low.
You don't have to do that to yourself.
That's okay. I feel pretty good about it.
It's all right. It's been a pretty good day so far, and we still got a little bit more to go.
Yeah, guys.
So game number 3. Grand Finals for the IPL Elites on the EU side. Curse.EU and M5 coming up in just a little bit. See you soon.